Lakers. It's going to be the first time he's in a contract year. How does that affect your team building process as you not only have to take into account this year's roster, but the optionality of the team for years to come?
Yeah, I think we've talked before. The first thing we want to do in terms of LeBron and his future is just give him absolute respect to choose his story with his family in terms of how many years he's going to continue to play. He's earned that right, and he's the best one to talk about that in terms of how many years he'd like to play. But we were very intentional this summer in terms of the pieces we add with Luka and LeBron once LeBron opted in, making sure that they had the necessary pieces around them to be on a really competitive, strong team. And we built into that and for that. In terms of the future, obviously, again, with what I started your question with, first things first would be for him to be able to make the decisions he wants to in terms of how long he wants to play. We're going to continue to honor and respect that and let him speak into that.
You kind of answered that. I just want to put a point on it, though. If he was interested in extending beyond this year, are the Lakers interested in having LeBron James as part of the team?
Yeah, I think I've said before in a previous question, we would love if LeBron's story would be to retire as a Laker. That'd be a positive story.
Hello, and welcome to the Complete Podcast Network. I'm Anthony Wilson, recording from Los Angeles, California. So what you just heard was Rob Pelinka answering a question about LeBron James at the presser that Rob and JJ Redick held today ahead of Media Day on Monday and the start of training camp on Tuesday. Rob and JJ got together and talked to reporters today on Thursday. And that clip you just heard was Rob, talking about LeBron and LeBron's future. Of course, much was made about it this summer. I talked about it a lot. It's the way it's. It was good to hear that. I guess what else was we going to say, right? No, we don't want LeBron back after this season. If he wants to continue playing here, well, that's just too darn bad. He's gonna have to go play somewhere else because we're out of the LeBron business out of the season. Of course he couldn't say that, right? But hopefully it was sincere. I know there was a report that LeBron wanted an extension and didn't get one, and that's why he opted into the player option. But that report came from basically, it was a guy, someone I'd never heard of before, right? So, take that however you want to take it. But, yeah, I think for both parties, that is the best possible outcome is that. And, people pointed out that, because, something else Rob said, was that they extended J.J. Redick to double down on their commitment to him. So the double down on the commitment part, I'm not sure if that was, I think Jovan Bujas tweeted it, or I don't know if those were Rob's exact words or not. But yeah, so it's interesting that, as people pointed out, they extended Luka, they extended JJ, but then they didn't extend LeBron. And of course, Austin Reeves is still outstanding. When I say outstanding, not just an outstanding player, but his extension is still outstanding. It hasn't happened yet. So, and what I'll do now is I'll play the clip of JJ Redick talking about how Austin Reeves has been the best guy in the gym every day that he's been at the Lakers facility this summer.
Reeves, a person who has been extremely low profile every single summer, but he's in here every single night, every single day, and just the way he's improved his game every single season. And some things that you've seen about him, because I know a lot of times during the summer he's very low key, but I know he's been in the lab probably more than anybody too.
When he's not on the golf course. A guy shot a 65 this summer. Make sure you ask him about that on Tuesday. It's been a constant comment from our staff. He's been the best. Every day he's been in the gym, he's been the best player in the gym. But I see, again, this goes back to last May, all summer. His body is really good right now. Like, he's really strong. His burst, his athleticism, it's evident that he spent a lot of time working on his body this summer.
Yeah, so Austin Reeves, who's already improved so much since he first came into the league, I mean, it's possible that he could take another leap this year. You know, he averaged 20 points a game last year as the third option. It's hard to imagine he could take another jump, but who knows? I mean, if he's been that good, I believe that Austin has probably hit his ceiling already, based on just what his physical traits are. He's gotten a lot out of what he was, born with. But I mean, it would only be great if he could just somehow keep getting better. Something else that was said, JJ said he doesn't know what the starting lineup will be, but that they have 7 or 8 starter-worthy players. But he said it's not important to him who starts or what the starting lineup is. So that will be interesting to see. There's been talk about possibly Austin Reeves coming off the bench. I personally like the idea of obviously there's LeBron and Luka and Aiden. They're given in the starting 5. I wouldn't bring Austin Reeves off the bench. I keep Austin Reeves in there, but what I would do is I would move Rory to the bench and I would have Marcus Smart in the starting lineup. So like a 3-guard set with Luka, Smart, and Reeves, and then and LeBron at the 4 and Aiden at the 5, and then you can you can have Rory come out the bench with Gabe Vincent and Dawson Connect and Jake LaRavia. That's personally what I think you need somebody in the starting lineup like a Marcus Smart who's just there to play defense and maybe knock down some open shots, which is all we need for him to do. But I definitely like the idea of having Marcus Smart in there as just a defensive menace in a lineup that doesn't really have a singular. I mean, everybody else in the lineup is known for their offense, even though LeBron at this point in his career. So I definitely that's what I would do if I were JJ. But he just got an extension and he's the man with the plan. Even though he said he doesn't really have a plan for the starting lineup, but he just pretty much likes the fact that they have 7 or 8 guys who can start. So yeah, man. I mean, I like this Lakers team. It'll be interesting to hear what the guys have to say on Monday at Media Day. But I'm looking forward to the season. It's just be interesting to see how it goes. Elsewhere, and this ties into LeBron and Luka. ESPN today they unveiled the top 10 on their annual NBA rank. They're ranking of the top 100 players in the league. And so Luka came in at number 3. I'll just say read the top 10. It's Joker at 1, SGA at 2, Luka at 3, Giannis at 4, Wemby at 5, Anthony Edwards at 6, Steph Curry at 7, LeBron at 8, KD at 9, and Jalen Brunson at 10. So they have Wemby all the way up at 5. Remember, the Ringer had Wemby at 11 when they did theirs. I think that was one spot ahead of LeBron. I talked about that when it happened. Um, yeah, so also so these guys had ESPN had LeBron 4 spots higher at 8, and they also had the Ringer list had Luka at 4. This list has Luka at 3, so 1 spot ahead of Giannis. Whereas on the other list, Luka was 1 spot behind Giannis. So yeah, that was back in June when the Ringer did their list. So yeah, I mean I pretty much agree. The Luka part, I talked about that at the time. That I think he should be ahead of Giannis going forward. As Giannis is, Giannis is a super freak, so he's going to continue to put up numbers. But as far as uh, impact on winning, I don't think he has the same type of impact on winning that he had a few years ago. Because uh, as the game just becomes more and more of a 3-point shooting game, him not being able to shoot threes at all is just as much as I love, dominant big men who play in the paint. I mean, even Joker started shooting threes because it's just a necessity now. So, yeah, I think for sure Luka should be ahead of Giannis. Now, I know that the ESPN list is about who they think will be the best player this year. So I could definitely see why they would. Wemby going into year 3, I mean, he could average 30 points, 12 rebounds, 5 blocks, 2 steals. Yeah, I don't think it would surprise anybody if he did that. He's that type of talent. Yeah, and then they had LeBron 8, like I said, so 4 spots higher than the Ringer had him. But I don't know about that. I wouldn't have LeBron over Jalen Brunson. Yeah, but yeah, LeBron for sure. I mean, the top 15 is good. Top 15 is fine. Anywhere in there. Austin Reeves came in at number 60. So that's even lower than he was on the Ringer list. I think the Ringer, I don't know, they must have had like slightly different criteria. I don't know what to tell you. A whole space. I was saying they're really 54 better player, and the Ringer thinks there's 53 better player, and then ESPN thinks there's 59 better players. So, but yeah, that's always one of those things that when this list comes out, it's something to discuss. Everybody's list is going to be different. I think the only thing we can all agree on is that Joker is the best player in the NBA, and SGA deserves to be second. But even like I said, the Ringer had Giannis third up ahead of Luka. ESPN has Luka third ahead of Giannis. I would have it the same way, but it's going to be people who dispute that. It's going to be people who think that who knows. I mean, there's people who think that Curry is probably belongs ahead of Ant-Man. It's just you have players like this at this level. I mean, you can't really argue with the order you put them in. Put them in, except like I said, the top 2 for sure.